Yo, what's up guys? It's Jonathan, and in this video I want to talk to you guys about fingerprint scanners. I've realized just over the past year or so that if you want a successful device as a company, you need to include some type of fingerprint security. All companies are doing this: Samsung, Apple, Huawei. You even have HTC remaking older devices and now including fingerprint scanners on them. You have OnePlus 2, even the Axon phone, not the one that was released here in the States, but the one that is not coming to the United States. I believe it's like the Axon Pro, that has a fingerprint scanner. Well, with that being said, laid out in front of you, you have multiple devices that have fingerprint scanners built into them. You have the iPhone 6 Plus, the iPhone 6s Plus, the iPhone 6s, the Galaxy Note 5, the Galaxy S6, and the OnePlus 2. Now, these aren't all the phones that have fingerprint scanners on them. These are just the phones that I have lying around and available to my needs. And with that being said, I'm going to do a speed test on which device has the fastest fingerprint scanner. So more than likely, the iPhone 6s Plus and the 6s are going to perform similar, if not exactly the same, because they feature the same version of Touch ID. And the same thing can be said with the Note 5 and the S6. So we don't need to get into the details about the specs. However, it will make a difference on how fast these phones unlock, lock, and of course do this little test. So in order to do this test, we have the clock app located on all the home screens on each of these devices. That way it's easy to access. And it's not a scientific test. It's not going to give you accurate results, but it's going to give you a basic idea of what to expect from each fingerprint scanner. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the clock app, and then we are going to start a stopwatch. We're going to relock the phone, unlock it using the fingerprint scanner, and then stop the watch. And then that will give us our time, pretty much how long it took to unlock the device using each fingerprint scanner. And at the end of the video, we'll compare the times between each phone. All right, so the very first phone we're going to be doing this test on is the iPhone 6 Plus. This isn't the 6s. And the reason why I left the case on it is so that way I can tell the difference between the 6s and of course the 6 Plus. All right, so ready? We're gonna start the stopwatch, lock it, unlock it, stop the stopwatch. Ready? Let's go ahead and start it. All right, 3 seconds, around 3.5 seconds. So now we'll set this to the side and move on to the next device. All right, so this is the iPhone 6s Plus. We're gonna run it through the same process and see what kind of results we get. On 3, 1, 2, 3. So 3 seconds even, definitely better than the iPhone 6 Plus. Again, these are larger phones, so if you run this test and you have larger hands, it might be easier for you. Plus, if you notice, this is actually backwards compared to what it was on the iPhone 6 Plus, and that's because this is iOS 9, where the iPhone 6 Plus was running iOS 8. So now let's move on to the next phone. So this is the iPhone 6s, just a standard one. It's not as large. I'm able to grip it better, so I might get better results with this phone versus the one found on the iPhone 6s Plus or the 6 Plus. So let's go ahead and give it a shot on 3, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, the lock screen actually got caught up there. I don't think I allowed the phone to shut down all the way when I locked it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try one more time. So reset, and on 3, 1, 2, 3. So yes, the size definitely matters when it comes to at least me. You can see I can get a better grip with this phone and I'm able to unlock it much faster. But that's not to say that it's the fingerprint scanner's fault. It's just the way I can grip this phone. So let's move on to the next one. This is the Note 5. I absolutely love this phone. I love the fingerprint scanner. Let's see how it stacks up compared to Touch ID found on the iPhone 6s Plus, the iPhone 6 Plus, as well as the iPhone 6s. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. So a little bit less than 3.5 seconds. Better than the iPhone 6 Plus, and I think it's right on par with the iPhone 6s Plus. We'll set it to the side. Again, we'll compare all these at the end of the video, but definitely not bad at all. So this is the Galaxy Note 5's little brother or sibling, whatever you want to call it, the Galaxy S6. And again, the size is smaller than the Note 5, and that might have an impact on how fast I'm able to use the fingerprint scanner. So on the count of 3, we'll run this test. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, major difference just because I can grip it better. Again, this may not pertain to you, but it definitely does to me. I'm able to access that home button much faster because of the size. I'm able to give it a better grip. So that time right there is really, really good. Definitely comparable to the iPhone 6s Plus, almost on point with the iPhone 6s. But again, we'll do some comparisons at the end. So let's set it to the side and move on to the last phone. Ah, the OnePlus 2, the phone that everybody loves to love or loves to hate. As for me, I hate that little guy right there. Can't stand the home button, but the fingerprint scanner does work well. In any case, let's go ahead and run it through this test and see how well it stacks up against the others. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So not bad. It's actually on par with the iPhone 6 Plus and the iPhone 6s Plus a little bit. So definitely not bad at all. Okay, so if we take a look at the results here, all the phones are laid out. I know the OnePlus 2 is actually off. That was because when I was lining everything up, I accidentally bumped the screen and the timer started up again. So I went back and rewatched the footage, and that's actually the correct time right there. So I do have a legit time right there, nothing made up. You can actually rewind it yourself and look, so you know I'm not making up anything. Now, as far as the results, everything is very, very similar. You can see the larger phones are all within the 3-second range. The slower one being the iPhone 6 Plus, and I think that's just because it's an older version of Touch ID. The iPhone 6s Plus is very, very fast and the fastest out of all the larger phones. And of course the OnePlus 2 and the Samsung Galaxy Note 5 pretty much right behind each other. I mean, it's doing a great job on the OnePlus part. I mean, this is the first time this company has implemented a fingerprint scanner, and I have to say, they've done a pretty good job, especially at pushing updates to fix any of the problems that the fingerprint scanner may have. So as far as the two smaller phones go, you can see they were the fastest, the iPhone 6s being faster than the Galaxy S6. And again, this is not super scientific. The reason why I think the smaller phones actually perform better is because I have more travel time, you know. Hitting that power button, working my way down to the home button in order to access that fingerprint scanner on the lock screen does slow me down. So if you have larger hands, you're probably gonna get different results. But as for me, this is what you're looking at. So if you have average size hands, then you know this might be the results that you could expect. But in any case though, all the fingerprint scanners are actually very fast and they're pretty responsive. I mean, during this entire testing, I had several retakes, and it was never because the fingerprint scanner failed to operate, which is a good sign. So if you guys like videos like this, go ahead and drop me that thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Follow me on all my social media connections in case you guys have any questions or you want to get at me on a more personal level. And of course, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.